12 this year, Cornette did. Simmons with a kick out. They go back to him on a low block. He's so strong and just done no match for him.
Yeah, now, so this is an interesting thing over the course of the season. And I think he can affect the game in the fourth without taking shots, but somebody at some point is going to make him make shots to beat you.
Is in those strides. He'll start at his own foul line, and 3 steps later, he's at the other team's foul line.
That's correct. And the other thing, very much like Giannis, is, although not anymore, the cruise ship director.
Yeah, there's no question about that. But Josh Richardson dapped me up. He did like the look early on in pregame today. So take that, Dave.
It's just jealousy on my part, really, is what it is. I can't pull that look off. Here's Tobias Harris, who doesn't have a field goal, does have 2 points coming at the line. Philly really struggling offensively right on the bench. He's going to come in at the next dead ball, unless they want to have 6 guys on the floor again. Then he'll come in right now. Here's Harris driving, and he banks it in.
Nice move by Tobias. Guys who are not accustomed to playing together. O'Quinn, as you had noted, has not played much all year.
Especially compared to what we saw 2 nights ago here in Philly. Just the pace of play and the skill on display in that game. It's a rough start for both teams offensively. Against host San Antonio. Here's Simmons. He's the leading scorer for Philadelphia with 8 points. He gives it up to Harris. But the 3 outside the paint. Levine spins out on the 3. He's a 40% three-point shooter. Harris into the paint, gets it to go.
Great adjustment.
It just seems like the sky is the limit with him. He's only 24. Horford wide open and connects that time to tie the game at 32.
Early in his career, when he was getting a little bit, we were expecting huge things from him.
His numbers, as Thibault finishes, Markkanen's numbers are down from last. 13 points now for Levine. Here's Tobias Harris, who was relatively quiet in the first half. 7 points. Horford on the drive, and so he's got all 4 here in the second half for Philly.
And showcasing the offensive end because of his facilitating ability and his pick and pop ability.
Harris steps into a 3 right after Chris Dunn missed one, and there's Horford tracking down the loose ball. Horford spent the last 3 years with Boston, signed a 4-year, $109 million contract with Philadelphia that'll take him to about age 30 at Madison Square Garden. Then they're at Brooklyn on Monday. Levine into traffic and blocked by both Thibault and Simmons. And then Cornette just fell down. Simmons behind the back to Harris, who blew the layup.
Get it changing both sides of the floor. And again, without Joel, you've got to do it a different way.
That hit the rim on the alley-oop attempt. Philadelphia with 6 assists on 6 baskets in the third quarter. So the ball movement execution much better. Here's Harris, the first unassisted basket of the third, and Jim Boylan seen it up and lost it to Simmons, who leads the NBA in steals, gets one there. Harris puts it on the deck, and pretty move through the lane to get the bucket.
It's multi-starters.
Right. I turned mine in earlier this week. I'm pretty convinced that guys that I picked, it's not going to change over the next 3 days. Harris, no, and there's Simmons with the follow slam for the second consecutive night for Philadelphia. They tried to go back to Harris there, and they're going to call Kobe White for coming over the top and commit. Good switch by Philadelphia, but they got to get back on Levine. He couldn't get the 3 though. He couldn't believe it either as he missed it. He's 0 for 5 from three-point range, and he's a 40% three-point shooter. Made 131 threes, which is 5th in the league. Korkmaz again. He cannot.
Sedano.
1 steal officially for Simmons. He leads the league in that category. And out of the timeout, Simmons with the lob to
Defensively.
Can't get the 3 though.
And it's funny because Brett was talking about, I need to accelerate his growth because he's got to be a part of what we're doing.
Simmons. Harris could not get the bucket.
Brotherly love. Like they're going to let you know it if you've not played up to standard.
The Philadelphia 76ers win their 2nd straight.